linking robot to sandbox. And Jim, help me on, maybe now, maybe, I don't know, is it a good time to start the recording? Or he already has started, so we're good. So help me understand, Jim, like what does linking the robot to sandbox accomplish? What would that give us?
Well, I mean, obviously we want to put we want to get it on testnet. But you know, the way that it runs, it needs to be a validating node. It needs to be a validator node. So we can't really connect it to testnet yet, but we can connect it to the sandbox and prove the concept that we can use, for example, the liquid democracy voting on our chain network with using the Discord interface for now, and maybe get interest in developing different other interfaces or other apps that use that employ the functionality that robot is developed with robot.
Yeah, that sounds like a good goal. NetZipper, can we, I guess Jim wants somebody else to also be involved in it. Can we facilitate that to link robot to sandbox?
Jim has the key that is in Bond's file, but currently sandbox is occupied by Sebastian investigating long proposed times. So when he's done, we can just restart the sandbox with the previous settings, and Jim has a validator key, and he can start his node.
Okay. And Jim, did you try it on the testnet, or did you not try it on the testnet? You need a key for that, or?
Yeah, you need a key for that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can test it. I mean, there's, I need to advertise, get, a couple of other people involved in cooperatively managing the RNode Bob on testnet and the robot.net. Back when we were paying bounties, we had people involved, but now more interest, because I'm clearly not going to maintain this stuff myself, and I'm retired. But I'm certainly willing to help, and we just need to get a few other people engaged in doing it.
No. Is Gary able to help or no?
He is, to a point, but I think so far he hasn't done much, but he could do more. I mean, things like restarting robot, or the robot, if it needs a restart for some reason, things like that. I'm sure Gary can do.
By restarting a robot, you mean the interface from Discord to RNode?
Yeah, there's RNode running on robot.net, which ultimately we want on testnet. but we want, we're going to first put it on Sandbox, and the robot talks to it, and we also have, people have accounts on robot.net machine. They can run Keybase on that, and well, they may not want to do that, but we have command line wallets, run from using the RNode running on robot.net. People using command line wallets and prototype applications, running the command line wallet to running the RNode command line in order to run Rolag on testnet. The Discord robot is one example of something that uses the command line interface to our chain.
So Jim, let me ask you, if you had the public key, private key for the validator on the testnet, are you able to run it now if you have a key? I mean, okay. So I PM'd you a key in your Discord. If you want to try it and see how far we get with that on the testnet.
All right. Let me why don't you also log into the system, not zipper, Steve?
Steve is in the car. I don't think he can log in.
What do we have here? You got to run PuTTY.
What system are you talking about, Jim?
Testnet.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try to run it on robot.net.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. I think that's what we were gonna do. We try to run robot.net on testnet. Now you say the propose times are really bad on testnet, so I guess we just won't bother to propose much.
Yeah, I mean, let's just see how far we get. I mean, basically that's a reasonable test to see.
So we can log in as our chain. And it's the password we share. You know what it is, right, NetZipper?
Yeah, actually, I don't have access to this machine.
Everyone in the whole lab has the password.
Yeah, looks like I'm the one who hasn't.
Okay. Yeah, you should. You can create a our chain account still has sudo. I'm going to take that off one of these days. But you can set up your own account on the machine. Where is my chat? I can't find it. I don't want to chat. Just sometimes does not come up when I'm sharing the screen. Not coming up. Oh, there. It just came up. It's the we share password. The password we share, right? And that's used to RNode Bob, which is the test dash RNode. .robot.net machine. Okay, so let's see. We have, I believe we have the current version of RNode on the machine. Is there a new version that we need to get?
Yeah, I logged in.
Okay, so let me just do a CP-PR dot RNode to standalone. Okay, that's the standalone system that we are running now. And then should I just remove this? How should we set up the configuration for this nut zipper? You want to share your screen?
Yeah. Hit it.
Okay, so well, I could have moved the RNode directory. I copied it. So I don't know if you want to just remove the .RNode directory or use the different one, or like
This one. There's no such directory. So what we're trying to run RNode at the moment, or what are we trying to do?
I just copied it. It was there. R-chain robot. R-chain robot. Remove tilde / R.
No. Just a robot I can see. This one.
RNode, there's a .RNode directory there. What now in the main directory, there's a .RNode. I don't know why you're not seeing it. We don't want to look at the robot right now. Okay, there's a .RNode directory right there. I can see it. Want me to share my screen? I'll show it to you.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So I don't know why you couldn't remove it.
Yes.
I got to get my glasses. So you want to, so what's our next step here to run this on the test net? I'll be right back. So what did you do? You installed a new version of RNode there? Is that what, I missed something there. I don't know what you, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I was mute. No, I just installed Midnight Commander so I can figure out what's happening more fast. So, is this version of our node installed already? Yes, we have fresh version. So we shouldn't. Okay, we should run our node in a validator mode, right?
That's what we want to do, right? I'm not sure where he got it, but Rouse sent me a validator private key.
Mm-hmm.
Test it.
I'm going to private message that to not zipper also. It's in your Discord, not zipper.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Jim, is there a RNode running for some purpose on the robot server?
Yeah, there's a node running on there. Just /stop will stop it. /stop.sh.
Mm-hmm. I guess we need a wallets file so we can have the Genesis block being validated. And actually, we won't start the node because it's at a reasonable time. How much time does it take to validate the Genesis? I wonder.
I don't understand. If we have it, we can start with an empty database, right? We don't need any blocks to start.
Approved block found in storage.
What?
Why is it found in storage?
Um, so it didn't create any files.
Is there any configuration for specific homogeneous node? I don't understand why approved block is found in storage if I cleanse the storage. Homogeneous node.
Now, where's your start command?
This is it.
Can you put that in a file? Well, run testnet or something? Start testnet. Right.
Are you trying to run, Jim?
No, I'm not. I'm not. What exactly is happening when you're running?
It finds the approved block. Although I cleared the RNode folder. So approved block found. No, not found. Oh, okay, all good. I misread.
Looks good.
Okay, now it looks like we're trying to validate the Genesis block.
Sweet.
Actually, I thought that this is the message saying that Genesis block was validated, but we shouldn't be able to validate block because we don't have the wallets txt file with the Genesis balances.
Right. We need the wallets file.
Yes, but why?
I'm not sure why we need that, but I know
Well,
they said you do need it.
Thomas said that you will have invalid Genesis block message.
Did we get that error?
Nope.
So we can.
Actually, we don't. We aren't starting receiving any other blocks, so maybe we will get this message later. Maybe after this. So maybe we received valid approved block, but we are doing something with it right now. Let's check.
Deploy hello.row and see what happens.
Yeah, actually, looks like Node is doing something. So it's maybe it is executing the Genesis block. What do you want me to deploy something?
Yeah, just deploy hello.row or something simple, see what happens.
Can deploy Casper instance not available. So we have to wait until the Genesis block will be executed.
Let me see.
So does it look like the CPU is what is slowing it down when we look at the top or maybe not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I just did it. I just did a print 1+1 from Robot, and it worked. Except I didn't get the the log output isn't in the right place for it to pick it up.
It's how did you deploy it?
It's an eval. I didn't deploy.
Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. So eval is working, but you cannot deploy a message for it to be proposed.
Right. You got that far. So
so yeah, it looks like
in order for us to have the bragging rights of that we're running on testnet, we have to be able to deploy and propose.
Yeah.
Well, did you propose yet?
No, we can't deploy because we received the Genesis block, and the execution of Genesis block takes a long time. So I don't know what time, but it was 30 minutes or 4 hours. I'm not sure.
No, but this is helpful to see that at least we know that the CPU is gating it a little bit in terms of speed. So I can take the feedback to the SRE team.
Yeah, and this machine may not be big enough to run it. I think it's only 4 gigabytes.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's this? So this CPU 172 and all that I'm seeing, whose machine is that?
This is the Jim's robot machine.
Robot.net.
Yes. So actually, it will be, most probably it will fail without a memory error or something like that with this small memory.
So where, I guess I'm curious, what are we seeing about the testnet itself in terms of its performance, or is it Jim's machine that's causing the slowdown right now?
This is just Jim's node, Jim's machine on which we're trying to run the network peer.
Okay.
So it doesn't connect it with the overall performance of the network.
Yeah, okay.
We just now received the Genesis block, which is hard to process, and you can see that CPU usage is intensive. So obviously now our node is calculating the Genesis block.
Right. So this one, Jim, is this, what kind of CPU do you have on this machine? Is it quad core, dual core?
It's a regular DigitalOcean droplet. I'm not sure. I have to. It's showing 2, right?
2 cores.
Can be 2 cores. Can be hyper threading. So you cannot know, but it's obviously some low cost stuff with 4 gigs of memory.
I wonder, Jim, at some point, would you be able to like upgrade to 4 cores and do the test? I mean, basically our minimum configuration that we said is 4 cores and 16 GB RAM. of course, it's good to test on a slower machine just to see how bad or good the performance is. But at some point, I guess, if you have two different instances, maybe one minimum configuration and one below minimum configuration.
Yeah, I should have realized this wasn't going to work in the beginning. In the sandbox, we have more flexibility. We don't have to have, but we still, I guess we still have a huge Genesis block.
Yeah, I can run. I can run right now.
Sandbox.
Sorry.
We still have a huge Genesis block on the sandbox.
No.
No.
No. On the sandbox, we can do whatever we want, but sandbox is now occupied. I can run the node on my laptop. It has
Why don't you run that and let's see. You're saying your laptop is better than this configuration DigitalOcean that we're running from, right?
Yeah. But I don't know if it will allow me to connect because I use the same validator private key.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's, we can try that and see if that works.
Yeah.
If not, I'll,
at least nice to see that CPU usage is intensive. So Genesis block execution is well parallelized.
correct.
No, it looks like nodes don't like me and don't want to talk with me because I use the same private key.
You have another private key now?
I will try.
Yeah, I'm sending one to.
I will try just some random key because it doesn't matter. I won't be proposing, I guess. So I just run some random. Beta.
So I don't seem to be running out of memory yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it seems like basically that synchronization is working. Like we'll have to see now. The CPU. Yeah, what you have 2.3 or something, 2.9 out of the 4, memory-wise.
Yeah, Java heap is too low. Okay, why don't I have connection? Looks like I should change something in my network configuration. Because I can deploy to the testnet, but I can join as a node peer. looks like we cannot do this right now, and I think that we won't have the Genesis block execution finished.
Is that because you needed a separate key?
No, it's because my network configuration is broken. So my node cannot connect with the to the network. At least it looks like that, because I have no peers. Usually I run this from the VPS, but now it is offline, and I usually don't run the nodes from my machine. And actually, to successfully validate the Genesis block, we need 32 gigs. So it should be finished on my machine without memory as well. Because as far as I remember, there is 21 gigs needed to validate. So I will just shut my node down. And actually, to run robot and all the applications, we need to propose time. There's issue to be solved, because actually would be nice test to run the node at the moment to connect to existing network where all validators are already struggling, and to see when my node, fresh node, will start to show long proposal times. Maybe I'll try to run the validator node later today, as I have the private key.
Yeah, we'll put robot back on single user, on standalone.
Yeah.
I guess I'll stop the one we have running.
Do we have anything else today? Ra, would you like to test something else?
On 0912, jumps as something that we can do right now. They are improving that proposal times and all that. We should have that at some point, but that's more probably sandbox or sandbox basically from our standpoint. So
I don't understand why we need 32 gigs to process the Genesis block.
Well, there is actually code improvements that bring that down substantially. It's just that it's not in testnet right now.
Because, Jim, it's because the Genesis block includes conditional balances. So Genesis block is huge.
Right, but I mean, in terms of, you know, the number of accounts holding rock, it's only in the thousands, right? It's not in the millions.
Well, it's 16, targeting 16,000, but as Rao said, there are improvements, so it should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. I'm just going to restart. You know, I'm going to put robot.net back the way it was. And I don't know. I guess we have to think about the cost of running of a community-run node that's actually on testnet. I don't know if we can take one of our sandbox machines and put that on testnet.
I think that it's better to just run it on Sandbox first, and
Right.
when
If we wanted to run stuff on, okay, so we can just, I guess we don't need to be on testnet.
Well, I mean, basically, if this is just like for Thursday session, we want the sandbox to be available. I can request that, but
the other thing is, every time I check, the DevNet is not being used. Now I'm wondering if we can.
Well, you should not be using DevNet.
No, but I'm just wondering if Sebastian.
It should be, yeah. Sebastian could be using it. That's kind of what I was thinking is we can basically ask them to use only DevNet. Well, if we know that there are certain times when we're going to do community testing.
It looks like DevNet is being used now.
Yeah, I think Sebastian comes to Sandbox only if DevNet is not available as a general principle. But
because every time I was looking, the DevNet was idle, but I can see now it's busy.
Right. When you found DevNet idle, was Sandbox also idle at that time?
No.
Okay. Was that community test or was it Sebastian testing? Maybe.
Sebastian.
I mean, sometimes he has like long running tests. That's the other thing. That's the reason why he's kind of saying, I need to hold it for the duration. But I'll have a quick chat with him about that to see.
That's okay. I mean, it's not really hurting us that much.
Right. But I mean, what do you need? You just need a single node to kind of have available for the community to continue testing, or?
Yeah, I think this, the standalone version is fine. I mean, the only benefit to going on testnet is bragging rights.
Correct. Yeah, and on Sandbox you get to test the latest code as opposed to the to what you're testing on testnet. So there are advantages to testing over there. I wonder. I don't know if there is a way to configure the Sandbox to have one node available to you guys while Sebastian takes up 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think so. I think there should be at least one bootstrap node on the Sandbox for community, and it's enough.
So NutZipper, can you make that proposal, and then I'll talk to them to see what the issues are with that. Because previously, basically, they were running 5 nodes on Sandbox, and we talked about, well, maybe you only need 3 or whatever, but maybe we can run 5 like we were doing before, and out of which one can be the bootstrap node for the community, like you're saying.
Sorry, I'm not sure I follow. Could you repeat, please?
I was saying, make the proposal that you just asked for, and we will we'll see if that can be enabled on Sandbox.
For who I should make a propose?
In the SRE team. Just
okay.
I think we already have that. We've already used them as any one of them as Bootstrap, or all of them as Bootstrap.
Yeah, but currently Sebastian is occupying all nodes, so we don't have any nodes.
Okay, so we're saying we want reserve one for our own for the Sandbox use.
So actually we can make the Sandbox smaller and contain only one Bootstrap node, so people can connect to them and be community validators. So Sandbox is mostly consisting out of community validators, with the Bootstrap provided by the co-op, as nodes are needed for urgent debugging purposes. Okay, I will write in the SRE channel.
okay, great. So if we don't have anything more, I guess, to do on this session, we're done with it, or you guys have anything else you wanted to discuss?
No, that's it. We only have 5 minutes left anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Thanks, NetZipper.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.